Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and today we're going to be taking a look at Sarah Millican having a boyfriend. This is hot off the presses off of our first reaction to her ever. First presentation of her on our channel with Men versus Women, and I thought she was hysterical.
So funny.
And this got recommended a billion times, so we went on her channel, found it, and this is about having a boyfriend, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, you're going to learn what it's like to have a boyfriend.
I've never had a boyfriend before.
You're going to learn.
But why?
You're going to see why some people don't want them.
Or why they do want them.
Maybe.
We don't know.
I'm just assuming here.
But so this is supposed to be lighthearted and funny. So hopefully this does the numbing to our suffering.
Yes.
But all right, guys, with that being said, let's hop on over and let's give it a go. You ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you all to come tonight. Thank you very much for coming. I'm going to leave you on a story. Me and my fella don't really get nights off together very often. So when we do, we try to make the most of it. And went out on, we call them like a date night. Went out on a date night recently, had a curry, lovely curry, got in, put a DVD on, everything going really well. Halfway through the film, started to get a little bit amorous, a little bit frisky, which I suppose is one of the points of the date night. Seemingly, we'd forgotten that 2 hours before that, we'd had a curry.
Oh, no.
Nevertheless, he went downstairs. Took him for a glass of water. I already told you I live in a flat, fucking work it out. The only reason he'd go downstairs is to do the bins. That should never be a euphemism for that.
The only reason why he goes down there is to do the bins.
Do you fancy doing the bins later on? It doesn't work, does it? No. So he went, no, Hayes. Do you know why I do it like that as well, like in that little stupid voice? No, Hayes. It's not how I ask him for it, by the way. No, Hayes, you won't, no, Hayes, later on. Will you do the bin? So he was, no, Hayes. And there's no nice way of saying this to you lovely people, but I could feel a fart brewing. Nobody knows what to do they? There's no plan of action for this. So what I did, and I don't really know why I did this, certainly don't know why I'm telling you lot. Similar to in the film Rain Man, I started going, uh-oh. 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 And he carried on. Because as he told me afterwards, he thought I was doing an impression of Beyonce.
From Sean Penn to friggin' Beyonce. Have you ever farted on me?
I think you would know. No.
All right.
But we've clearly not got the hang of the whole seduction thing. I think that's fairly evident from what I've told you so far, isn't it? But I walked in on him the other day and he was lying on the bed just in his pants, because you know how men think that's attractive. And he had one bollock hanging out. And I thought, I'm going to have to pull him on it.
I'm going to have to pull him on.
Question him on it, not pull him on it. If only they made that noise. If they made that noise, I'd never leave the little buggers alone.
Don't spit out your drink. That was a perfect sound.
Question him on it, not pull him on it. If only they made that noise. If they made that noise, I'd never leave the little buggers alone. I said, do you know that you've got a bollock hanging out? He said, yes, I do. I put it out especially for you.
Come on over, Rover.
But like I say, I've been with my fella for 6 years. It's going really well. He bought himself a suit recently. I don't think I've ever seen him in a suit. I quite fancied him in his suit. And I told him, I said, quite fancy you in your suit. And he said, and I quote, it's very smooth, he said, if you like, I'll leave it on and sort you out all good and proper, all posh and that. I said, you forgot to say Miss Moneypenny on the end. But the only time we ever argue is when it comes to Christmas, birthdays, present giving times, that sort of thing, because he really likes to buy me surprises, and I really hate surprises. We've got a bit of a happy medium now, though, the last couple of years, where I give him a list of pre-approved surprises. 5 or 6 things. He can pick whichever one he likes. I don't know which one it's going to be, so it's still technically a surprise. He came home a few days before my birthday last year, and he said, "Never guess what I've just done." I said, "What have you just done?" He said, "I've gone off list."
The women are like,
He said, "I'm not even sure if you're going to like it." I said, "Why the fuck did you buy it then?" I mean, thank you. But a friend of mine that doesn't really know us very well, she said, "Oh, that sounds like an engagement ring to me." I said, "No, it sounds like kerplunk."
Kerplunk.
But
The
we
game?
have quite busy lives, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And when we go on holiday, we like to go somewhere relaxing, somewhere where we can look at nice scenery and read books. That's all we really want to do. My boyfriend doesn't like to fly, so we tend to stay within the UK. And because we don't have to pay for expensive flights, we sometimes treat ourselves to a slightly posher hotel. The last posh hotel we stayed in had 2 baths either side of each other. And I thought, oh, we're going to be able to have really romantic baths together without having to stare at hairy toes. The man puts up with an awful lot with me. To be fair, his feet aren't any better. They're not horrific, they're just, feet. Nails are a bit long, toes are a bit hairy. There's crusty bits on the bottoms, this sort of thing. So you look like you could pick up mice with those. They've got a certain sort of owl-like quality to them.
Don't look at me. I have very hobbit feet.
I literally tell him when his nails get long, I'm like, cut your talons. Cut your eagle talons. Yeah, exactly.
But we don't live together. We have a few days a week together and a few days a week apart. And when we're apart and I get to sleep in my own bed on my own, I fucking love it. Starfish, I love it. So we all have our partners, but when you're trying to get to sleep, they all do niggly things, don't they? Like breathing. 30 years together, is there anything about each other when you're trying to get to sleep that's irritating? He snores, does he snore? Gives a chill to people who think that they're a snorer? Well, the people who know they're sitting beside a snorer. There's a bit of denial in the room tonight. My boyfriend snores. And I found out recently that my dad also snores, because I was whinging to my mum about my boyfriend snoring. And she said, "Have you tried these?" And then slid something across the kitchen bench like it was drugs. "Try these." And what they were those nasal strips. I don't know if you've seen them. They're little strips that go across the bridge of the snorer's nose so that they open the nostrils out so that they can breathe more clearly. And in theory, they don't snore anymore. Now, they worked for us for a while until it came to Christmas. Now, something you need to know about me is that I really love Brussels sprouts.
Ooh. What?
And I'm guessing she's going to talk about farts.
What's wrong with Brussels sprouts?
I'm guessing she's going to talk about farts.
Oh. I thought Brussels sprouts was a different thing, like an innuendo.
I don't know about it
different.
if it is. I'm just thinking if you've got one of those things on and your nasal's all opened up and you eat Brussels sprouts.
So I love Brussels sprouts. I've never farted with Brussels sprouts. No, that's Chinese.
I mean, also.
No.
If you eat a lot of asparagus, they say it makes your pee smell. I'm pretty sure Brussels sprouts is like a stinky fart one.
I've never heard of asparagus making you pee. Pineapples, yes. Fruit,
No.
yes. Asparagus?
Yes.
Why?
Pineapple doesn't make your pee smell. You're thinking about something else with pineapple. It doesn't make your pee smell.
All right.
Those nasal strips. I don't know if you've seen them. They're little strips that go across the bridge of the snorer's nose so that they open the nostrils out so that they can breathe more clearly. And in
I've
theory,
tried
they don't
these.
snore
I don't think they work.
anymore.
Yeah.
Now, they worked for us for a while until it came to Christmas. Now, something you need to know about me is that I really love Brussels sprouts.
I love them too.
My boyfriend doesn't like Brussels sprouts. So at Christmas, we get a big bag of Brussels sprouts, and I eat the lot. And I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty fucking toxic. So just before we went to bed on Christmas night, my boyfriend went, "Do you mind if I don't put the strip on tonight?" I don't want my nostrils to be any bigger than they have to be. Now, other thing he does, he puts his arm across us. And I quite like that, because I feel quite sort of safe and protected, I suppose. But then sometimes he puts his leg across and I think, oh, now you're taking the fucking piss. The last time I did it, he put his foot. Remember, I described it not that long ago. He put his foot on my leg and he rubbed it up and down. And I went, what are you doing? And he went, I'm being tender. I said, no, love, you're exfoliating.
That's you used to have a terrible tendency when we were living in Colorado to put your cold fucking feet on me.
Yeah.
Because I was the heater in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd always have to put those rocks on my leg. And you do that. And I could have sworn there was blood from all the skin you scraped off my leg. And then another interesting fact, since we're sharing so much on this video with you, Taylor does the mouth tape. Have you ever done mouth tape before, you guys? Leave down the comments.
Yeah.
What do you think of the mouth tape?
It's got a lot of good benefits. I like it. I haven't used it lately because we went on vacation and I didn't bring it with. And then I just haven't gotten back on the rhythm of it. But I actually really like it.
Yeah, I've tried those breathe rights and they suck. They never stay on your face.
Mouth tape is just... It's actually not good for you to breathe out of your mouth. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't know, maybe just while you're sleeping or not, but you should be breathing out of your nose. And it helps you so you're not a mouth breather. And then you don't, like, have gross taste in your mouth in the morning. And it helps with, like, morning breath and just lots of different things. I really like it. I sleep a lot better when I use it.
So any mouth tape manufacturers that might be watching this video, we're open to a sponsor.
Yes, we
I
are.
don't know if you've heard that pitch, but that was pretty solid. So hit us up. Our rates are, expensive. But
I mean, they won't be too expensive. We're starting out.
no, they'll be expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. I mean, but look what you're getting.
He wants to be posh,
I
so.
want to be posh. All right, let's go. Have you ever been in a hotel with 2 freaking bathtubs in it?
No.
Okay, then. All right, let's go.
But when I lived alone, I really liked it. I really like living alone. But one of the things I love about living with somebody else again is I like the unpredictability of it. I like that every now and again a sentence will come out that I would never have said. The most recent one, out of nowhere, he just went, your shed's no good to have a wank in. And I said, that's because it's a greenhouse, love. But I told you I live on my own. My boyfriend also lives on his own. I think some people think that's quite odd that we've been together a few years and we don't live together. But we sort of feel like we've got the best of both worlds because we have a few days a week together and a few days a week apart. And it's sort of ideal. There was a time that he moved in with me for 3 months because he was between flats and it made sense. And I was fine with it because there was an end date. I'm a bit stuck in my ways. I love you, but bye. And while he was at mine for those 3 months, I worked away for a week. And when I came back, some things had changed in my flat. And I said, love, one of the towels smells of bums. You got any idea what that might be? You're not even thinking. He just went, that'll be me bum towel. So when he did eventually move out as a housewarming present, I brought him a small brown hand towel.
It's
It's good because it's brown. He doesn't have to wash it. He can just crack it and use it again. But his mum came out his flat. His mum's lovely. She came out his flat and she said, got you a new duvet set. He said, I don't need a new duvet set. She said, you've got one that you just wash and put back on. This way you'll have a change. And he said, that's lovely. Thank you very much. So she went to put it on, and it was lovely. It was all patterned, sort of matching. It was really nice. It was a little bit flowery for him, just a little bit flowery for him. And he went in to have a look, and he didn't want to hurt her feelings. He came back out, and he went, she's made me bed gay. I said, no, love, just because it hasn't got spunk in dinner, and it doesn't make it gay. Clean, that's the word you're looking for. It's clean. And his mum had overheard and she came in and she said, it's not a gay bed. If it was a gay bed, there'd be shackles. What DVD does she been fucking watching? But he is a lovely man. He's lovely. We were in bed the other day and he got quite animated. And he shouted out, feel how hard that is. And I thought, you bugger, it's Tuesday. We didn't have this booked in. Turns out he's talking about the skin on his feet. I thought about taking him to one of those places, you know those places that are popping up all over the place where it's got a tank with the fish in and you put your feet in and the fish nibble at the hard skin, you know those places. And I thought about taking him to one of those and I thought, I can't do that. The poor little fish, they'll think he's got fucking shoes on. Just gonna take him to a blacksmith instead.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
But he's lovely. He's the nicest person I've ever met. He's a genuinely good man. And in January this year, I said to him, you know what? I think it's about time we started talking about the future. And that's what I expected from him, like an awkward silence. Maybe some footsteps as he walked the fuck out of me life. But he didn't. He just smiled. Just really like a beam and grin. And I was really touched. And I thought, oh, my God, he wants to spend his future with me. Yay. I said, are you sure you're all right talking about the future? And he went, what, like flying cars and that?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was good.
That was a great ending.
You won't talk about the future like AI taking over the world. Like our kids are never going to know what it's like to listen to Backstreet Boys.
Oh, they will.
That's actually a conversation we've had on one of our many walks.
Yeah, it is.
What'd you think?
I heard that.
I know. Did you?
She's brilliant. I absolutely love her.
Gary
Delaney.
Delaney? Somebody that we have to check out. I wonder what it's like for them to both be comedians.
Oh,
and
yeah.
having a relationship.
I forgot. The whole time she was talking about her boyfriend, I forgot that he was also a comedian until you said that right there.
Oh, yeah. I'm
just picturing this, I don't know, like this IT nerd for some reason.
Why? Because she looks like an IT nerd?
She does. She looks like a nice, like, school teacher.
Yeah.
I love it. It just somehow makes her funnier because you wouldn't expect anything that she says to come out of her mouth.
Yep.
She's
That's
brilliant.
great.
She's absolutely brilliant. Love her.
I was going to say something about our relationship, but no, it's bang on. Bang on. Our relationship's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know. But
a lot of people don't know. Our relationship's better than it looks.
Exactly. You know, we do have a baby together, so
it's true.
It's true.
We found him on a curb.
I will say there was a time in our lives where we were kind of living just us together, and it was, I don't want to say I ever felt like I wanted us to like live in separate places, because I really felt like when we were apart, it sucked.
Yeah.
But living with somebody else now, I want it to go back to just us. You know what I mean? Like living with other people.
Yeah.
Like it was just us.
It is nice though. Like she said, you know, we liked having our own spaces, and then you could be together when you want and then have your own space when you want. And I get it. I like my alone time. I want to just go be by myself sometimes, and you can't do that when you live with somebody. You can go in a different room, but it's not the same.
Or go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right,
but
guys.
If I want to do it for days, sometimes I want to.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave down in the comments what you all thought about having a boyfriend. It's pretty amazing. You know, for those that have a boyfriend, do you guys are you in a relationship this minute?
This minute?
Leave down in the comments if you're in a relationship at the moment. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.